Hello everyone, this is Ken with Power Source Electric, and thanks for coming out to our site, powersourcetutorials.com. Today we're going to talk about GFCIs, why they trip, where they're located, do I need them, what are they for? So let's talk about the location. You're going to have GFCIs located in 4 different parts of your house. They're going to be located in the kitchen, the bathroom, the garage, and outside outlets. So the main reason for that is all those locations have the potential to have electricity come in contact with water. GFCI outlets are there for your protection, and you want to know when to reset them. So let's talk about that. When do I reset a GFCI outlet? So let's say I have one in my kitchen and it trips, and I don't know why it trips, it just trips. First thing I want to do is I want to unplug anything that's connected to that GFCI outlet. Maybe the blender's plugged in, maybe the toaster's plugged in, something's plugged into it. I need to know whether I need to call an electrician or just reset this button. So we unplug everything to it, we push the button and it resets, everything is fine. And we plug in each one of our devices one at a time. Maybe it's the blender, the toaster. And if something causes it to trip, maybe you plug in the blender, boom, it trips. We know that we have a problem with our blender, not necessarily our GFCI outlet. The next location is our bathroom. Our bathroom is going to have one GFCI that's going to control all the bathrooms in the house. Now you can have maybe a guest bathroom and you have your kids in there and they're blow drying their hair using a curling iron. At the same time you're standing in your master bathroom, all of a sudden your GFCI is not working. If you plug in a curling iron and a hair dryer at the same time, it's going to trip usually 90% of the time. If you plug in a curling iron, you've done it for 10 years, you've always plugged it in, all of a sudden your GFCI is starting to trip, you probably have a bad curling iron. It's probably going bad. Same with the hair dryer. Those type of devices do go bad. And when they do go bad, the GFCI will trip. It'll let you know that there's a problem, and it's not just to reset it every time. If you can unplug those devices, they're not on, you can reset your GFCI, and it resets just fine, there's no problem with it. Then it has to be the device that you plugged in. So you want to make sure that you check those things. Unplug before you reset, and then plug them back in one at a time and find out why that GFCI just tripped. If you go to reset the GFCI and the GFCI still doesn't reset, you've unplugged everything, it could have taken the breaker out. Now you've got a trip breaker, GFCI button won't push back in, go down to your garage or outside the house, wherever your panel is located, and check all your breakers. Make sure you turn the breaker completely off, then turn it back on, and that will reset that circuit. Then you can go back and push the reset button on your GFCI and it should come right back on. Anything other than that, you need to call an electrician. The next location is your garage. Your garage is considered as part of the outside of the house. So that's why they put the GFCI out there. You can plug in an extension cord, blow the leaves off your driveway, and you know, the cord could come in contact with water, causes the GFCI to trip, and then you have to reset it. And you unplug everything, make sure that that cord is in good shape, and make sure that you can reset your GFCI. Another common thing that a lot of people have is a refrigerator in their garage. Maybe they bought a new refrigerator, they take the old refrigerator, they stick it in the garage, plug it in, and it works fine for maybe 2 or 3 years. But then all of a sudden the GFCI starts tripping. You lose all your food in your refrigerator or your freezer. That's not necessarily a GFCI problem. What happens is the compressor inside that refrigerator that's old that you put out there starts to build up heat. Over time it starts to break down, the motor, the compressor is starting to go bad, and it's starting to use a lot more power, and that's causing the GFCI to trip. So that's just one of those #1 signs that you say, okay, my refrigerator may be going bad now. I'm going to have to look at replacing that. You may be able to reset it a couple of times before it just won't work anymore, but just take a look at that. On the outside of your house, maybe you plug in Christmas lights, you plug in a little fountain, you plug in something outside. The same thing. Unplug it, reset it. If it doesn't reset, check the breaker and try and reset it again. If it doesn't reset after that, you need to call an electrician. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask me. I'm happy to answer them. Look me up on Facebook, look me on Twitter, and you can email me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming out to our site, PowerSourceTutorials.com.